Yo, what's up gamers? So I thought I would do something a little bit different today. So this is, before I start off the video, this is not a guide for Seren. This is just kind of my commentary on the boss. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about the mechanics and stuff. So if you do struggle with hard Seren, this video is for you. So yeah, I just wanted to go over my run of hard Seren. So basically, guys, this boss is a bunch of bullshit, especially part 1. Part 1 is a lot of shit going on. But I'm going to tell you what you can do and what I did personally to, I mean, obviously, first of all, I am relatively funded, so I almost one-shot part 1. So that's actually a luxury for me. So part 1 is a bunch of pillars coming from the ground, right? That shit is really fucking annoying. It does not one-shot you. I don't think anything in phase 1 one-shots you, per se, but she sends out this gigantic yellow, slow-traveling, like, sword. I call it, like, a banana. And yeah, so what you can see here is I leave in the clip, right? I'm gonna just do like a live voiceover of me watching the clip. So yeah, I leave whenever I die in hard Seren. That's just because I don't want to lose too many lives, and it's just, you really want to conserve your lives for part 2, okay? So yeah, I go inside. She does a little diagonal light yellow rays move. That skill, I will tell you guys, this skill right here, this skill is, it's deceptively thin. Like the hurt box, like the the range of where you can get hit is actually very thin. So you can actually just kind of stand still most of the time if you're in the correct angle, if that makes sense. So you really just have to practice it. If you're trying to go for that Seren solo, it's very doable. It's just that a lot of the skills look intimidating, but you just have to learn how to dodge. And it's okay to take hits. Like, see how I get hit by like some things here. But yeah, most of the part, for the most part, you just have to like one-shot it or like half-shot it, and then just survive. Part 1, I will say, guys, part 1 is the most bullshit. I feel like, in my opinion, in my other friends' opinions who have done this boss with me, it's just part 1 is just bullshit. Like, you really want to survive. Go out of part 1 like deathless. If you one-shot it, then you're fucking set. So yeah, I'm just kind of hitting her. You see how like the lasers don't even hit me? I just stand still. Like, it's pretty easy to dodge. The most annoying thing is the banana. So the banana, what it does, right? The yellow slow traveling banana thing that she sends out. This gives you a little bit of a stun. So this is the part where I one-shot her. So this is the end of phase 1, basically. The stun from the banana that slowly travels out is actually I don't know why, but the stun is very little. Like, it doesn't last long. So it's okay to get hit by the banana. It does like very small HP tick damage. But the thing is, it just travels forever. So yeah, that is part 1, guys. So for part 2, she will charge at you. So phase 2, or phase, sorry. So in part 2, right, phase 2 of Seren, sorry, it's so confusing. There are different, like, you see on the little meter over there, it's like a traveling time thingy. There are different phases, right? There's yellow, there's orange, there's dark blue, and then there's light pastel purple, I'll call it. So I don't know what the actual names are. People, I think they're named like noon and shit. But you know what? Yellow is the one you enter in, and she'll immediately start shooting lasers at you. So yellow is just laser simulator. It's cheese ball simulator. You see those little explosions, little yellow balls that explode in phase 1 of part 2? Is these little cheese explosions are really fucking annoying, so you gotta watch out for them. Sometimes they kind of just jump scare you. They can appear on the wall, and it's just, yeah, see. So yeah, I'm getting engaged here. If you guys don't know, getting engaged is just getting hit by too many things. There's a mechanic in Seren. Getting engaged basically means that you get hit by too many things, and then you get stunned. So yeah, she does a little lunge. Yeah, so you see the lasers on the top? These lasers will fuck you up, only because it blinds you. It doesn't do that much damage, it will not kill you. But if you get clusterfucked by a bunch of other things while you get blinded by them, then yes. So when I say blind, by the way, the lasers on the top, they will blind you, like quite literally, they will fucking block your screen for like a second. Like your entire screen turns white, so don't get hit by that. If you can, it won't kill you, but it's just really annoying. And you could die from other things. Yeah, so she does a little jab. That's her basic attack. She jabs, and then she does that little laser attack. It literally shoots the entire fucking map, so you gotta be careful. And then she does this little, the usual, same thing as part 1. She does the little diagonal lasers coming out in all directions. So that skill again can be dodged very quickly, very easily, without accommodable. Without reasonable accommodation. It's just easy to dodge, because the hitbox is really thin. Like, it looks like it's gonna hit you, but you can literally just stand like on the edge of it. Like, it can like graze just the side of your cheek, and it doesn't fucking hit you. So yeah, don't be afraid of the skill. Be afraid mostly of the cheese balls. I'll call the cheese balls. They're called mines, but I like calling them cheese balls because it reminds me of Oh, cheese. Okay, so this is the test, right? The test is you go under the pillar that is the shortest. It's very simple. The test is so basic. The actual boss itself is much harder than the test. So this is the red phase. This is the angry woman phase, right? I wrote in my notes that this phase is actually very easy to dodge. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a thief. So dark sight is, you know, I can eat the balls. Though I will say, if you're a thief and you have dark sight, like Nightwalker or Night Lord, you don't want to freaking eat the balls in dark sight because it deliberately, or it actually still, like, regardless, will charge up your gauge when your gauge is the little yellow bar on the left, right? See the little circle? So yeah, that thing will still fill up if you get hit by the ball. So if you can, avoid it even in dark sight. So yeah, basically what this phase is, guys, is she gets really angry. She charges at you, she lunges at you. Her attacks hurt the most in this phase. So you really just have to dodge everything. And luckily for you, the way you dodge everything is you duck. So if you duck everything, you pretty much can dodge everything. The only thing about this phase, guys, is the pillars. You see those little orange pillars? I'll call them orange popsicles, right? And then there's the flame walls. The flame walls, you cannot, like, it's just there to block your way. So you see that how I'm dodging all of the pillars. I think I just get hit by the flame wall. The flame wall does not one-shot you, so yeah, you're good. It looks like I died to like a pillar here or something. Unlucky. Yeah, so you just have to, sometimes you want to stay dead, but if you know what you're doing, you can just revive instantly like that. But yeah, so another thing I will say about the red phase, the angry woman phase, is that she cuts your healing, right? So, okay, what I'm doing here is I'm bursting just for the hell of it, just to get some damage off. I dodged the pillar. Actually, I don't even have to dodge. I'm just being R-word because I literally, you know, I'm in my Genesis iframe. I'm just stupid like that. But I often panic when I don't know the boss that well. Okay, sorry. So I'm like doing my dailies and someone came in my map. Awkward. Yeah. So this boss fight is the red phase, right? Back where it was. Okay, there's a test. And yes, so I am. This is the okay. So this is the dark. Sorry guys, I was doing something. This is the dark blue phase, right? So this phase does not last very long. So this is meant to be her weakest form, right? You can just kind of hit her. I will say she does kind of knock you around. So what people do is that you can burst her here because there's not much danger here. You can't die here. I mean, you can die, but it's just really hard to die. If you press like last resort as a thief, maybe you could die. But yeah. So this phase, guys, is chill. It doesn't last that long, so it's gonna already fade. It's gonna go to the next test. Watch. Yeah. See, literally already the next phase. But yeah, that's the most safe phase. You can just attack her if you want. You can burst her a little bit. So yeah, this is the this originally was the most cancerous phase for me, right? So this is the pastel purple phase, right? So let me tell you about this phase, right? I used to be deathly afraid of this. This phase used to give me PTSD. I think I got it now though. So you see these little blue orbs, these little blue exploding balls that follow you. That will give you reverse, aka the green skull in your head. And it'll, you know, obviously reverse your movement. So you go left, you go right, you go right, you go left. So you just have to be good at, you know, deflecting that. So yeah, and then the blue deer. So the blue deers, they look very aesthetic, but I will tell you, these deers will fuck you up. Like how if you drive into a fucking deer's antlers, and like when you're driving on the road, it'll fuck up your car's windshield. So yeah. So the deers, you cannot kill them. The balls, you can technically kill them by, see what I'm doing here is I'm just jumping to them. The pro tip for me, guys, is to jump into the ball. Jump into the ball, and then you jump right out. So if you have a double flash jump like a thief, if you're a teleport class, you can just teleport towards it and then teleport back out of it. Just get near it and the ball will detonate. You see how it explodes when I jump over it with flash jump? And then another thing you can dodge is the falling, I'll call it the falling, like, UFOs. There's like blue energy that falls from the sky. It will stun you. It won't kill you instantly. Nothing here instantly kills you, thank God. But yeah, all of this can snowball you if you get clusterfucked by her army of deer and little blue orbs. So yeah, she charges at you. When she charges at you, you notice how I get slowed. You see the little white snail icon above my head. You get slowed by her, and that really just snowballs you into getting fucked by other creatures that are following you. And then the last thing that you have to dodge is the little underground exploding, creeping blue explosion thing that comes up. So luckily I get gauged here, and so when you get gauged, you get stunned, obviously. So you can get gauged pretty easily here if you just tank a lot of the hits. So be careful with that shit, guys. So obviously for me as dual blade, I have iframes, so I can kind of abuse that. I use cooldown skip to abuse my iframes as well. So yeah, we're back into the full cycle. So this is the yellow phase, which is the one you started in. So yeah, I go ahead and just do an origin burst here. I go from 64% health to I don't know how far I get her. But yeah, my origin's max, you guys. So I just I don't really struggle that hard. With the damage, I got her like 20% HP, 25% HP, something like that. Yeah, feels good, man. It feels good to have damage so I can not struggle on bosses that long. So, because I don't really have hands, so I just have to like origin burst and like pray to God that I survive, which is what I do for most bosses with like decent timers. Like Seren, I can just like sit here all day and just go deathless if I really wanted to, but I'm just too cautious and too naive. So yeah, that's the whole Seren. Like, that's pretty much all the mechanics for Seren. Like, if this is, like, again, guys, this video is not a guide. I just wanted to commentate on the boss. Hopefully it does help you, though. Like, I don't want to say that I'm, like, completely certified to, like, teach this boss, but I do think this boss is very challenging. Even for dual blade. It's a lot easier for dual blade, but other classes may struggle less. I think teleport classes are good. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think my guildie was telling me that he, as a bishop, does not really struggle in Seren. But yeah, this boss is pretty fun. I really got frustrated. I'll be honest with you guys. Straight up, like I spent like 5 hours one night just like practicing this boss. I kept failing it, and like I was just like, damn, like skill issue, right? Like, but yeah, eventually I learned it. Like, Seren is pretty freaking tough, but you just have to know what she does. You have to learn how to dodge. So you get a lot of accuracy decrease. It's really annoying. So what I recommend for this fight, guys, you obviously need blink. If you're at like level 260, 270, 280 and you don't have blink, absolutely use blink. You're griefing. Use the blink node. That is very useful. Use the bind. Use the Nova bind. If your class doesn't have a bind, like a class bind, like for example dual blade doesn't have a bind of its own, so just use Nova and your origin. So your origin and your Nova is separate binds. Yeah. And yeah, if you have a dash, this boss is pretty free. You can just move out of harm's way with your dash. Dual blade has a decent dash with unfortunate end lag, but it's very useful. It's very useful. So see here, I get gauged here, but I survive. So let me tell you, okay, let me tell you something about gauging, right? Gauging is obviously the yellow, the bar that's filling on the left, right? You see the little UI right there. As soon as this thing fills up, you have to like basically just figure out if you'll be safe. So what I usually do is, like, if I'm like really close to getting gauged, I will just heal, right? Use your potion, you'll heal to 100% HP, and then you can tank a few hits, because most things in Seren don't one-shot you, besides like, the red phase. So yeah, when you get gauged, make sure you're out of the way, you're out of harm's way. Speaking of harm's way, I just died here. But yeah, getting gauged is normal in Seren. It's okay. You just have to prepare for it, if that makes sense. You have to be like in a favorable position where you can like instantly die. Because it's okay to get gauged, just, be prepared. Alright, so yeah, just honestly guys, the mechanics for this boss is just wait for your freaking wait for your origin burst, wait for everything. Your iframes, like it's just you have to survive, and yeah. Like, it's just survival and not dying. That's pretty much every boss fight in the game that has difficult mechanics. Just survive. I think Seren is pretty fun. I like it better than like calling and stuff like that, but yeah, Seren is pretty AIDS. But people compare it, Seren to Black Mage. Some people say Black Mage is harder than Seren. I think Seren is way harder than Black Mage, but I guess if you consider like normal Seren, but normal Seren is like nothing. I kill it in like one hit. So hard Seren is the way to go. It gives you a chance to get a Mitras. If you're in Reboot, that's the best emblem in the game, so you gotta get that emblem. If you're in a reg server, you can sell the Mitras emblem in the auction house for juicy money, which is what I'm hoping to do. So I'll start running hard Seren every week if I can. But usually this boss gives me PTSD. But now that I've like learned it a little bit, it feels good. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Again, this video is not a fucking guide, so I don't want to, don't get the idea that I'm like an expert at this boss. I just wanted to show off the boss mechanics, and hopefully this is educational to you. If you found it educational, leave a like, leave a comment down below. If you consider yourself an expert in this boss and you know all the mechanics, and you have any like pro tips for anyone, any newbies, leave a comment down below. I would love to like see it. And like, my channel is obviously meant to be a safe haven for new players. I would love to teach everyone how to play MapleStory correctly. There's a lot of things to learn in this game, so that's why I made my channel, to help people out. Like, believe it or not, like, I don't do this for money. I just do it because I like the game, I like the community. So I'll see you guys in the next video, just hit the subscribe button and I can, pop up on your feed. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Hesitation is the seed of defeat.